Welcome to the Dragon Age Toolset presentation, first presented at PAX 2008. My name is Fernando Mello. I'm a producer on Dragon Age Origins, and with me is Farrad Bodwin, who's a senior designer on Dragon Age Origins.
Hey guys, how's it going?
In this first segment, we'll be covering the setup of the start location. Here we are in the main window of the toolset. On the right-hand side is our palette window. This is where we have all the different categories of assets that can go into a level. Below that is our object inspector. This is actually going to show detailed information about any of the specific assets that we have selected, and you'll get a chance to see what that looks like in action in a second. Now Farrad's gone ahead and he's already created a new module for us. It's called the PAX Demo module. Now keep that name in the back of your mind, because once we go into the game to test this module, that's the name that we're going to be looking for. Let's go ahead and create a new area. We'll go ahead and name that. And keep in mind when you're watching the toolset demo that once the toolset actually gets released, you'll see a lot more content that you can put into the levels. At the moment, we have just what we need for this demo. On the left-hand side is all the assets that are loaded currently into this level, of which there's none at the moment. There's just categories, and they're all blank. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to load up an area layout, or the level that we're going to place our objects into. And we're going to load up the ruins of Ostagar. You might already be familiar with this area from watching our cutscenes, our trailers, or if you had a chance to look at our demos so far. Here we are in a top-down view of the area, and we'll go ahead and just kind of zoom around a little bit so you get a feel for what this looks like. There you can see already some of the tents and the ruins. And we can go ahead and change the perspective of this because everything is in 3D, of course. Now, as we scroll around, you'll see the bridge there, and you might recognize that from the trailer. In the nighttime version, that's where the climactic battle takes place. And also over here, we have the Tower of Vishal. That's where we fight the ogre. And if you haven't had a chance to check that out, I highly recommend it. It's really, really impressive. Something else we can look for is the prisoner cages. This was something that we showed in our demo, and we'll be able to take a look at where those are located here. There they are. So let's go ahead and just zoom out, and we're going to be looking for a nice open space where we can put our quest giver and some of our creatures. Maybe near that campfire. That's pretty easy to find. We won't have to search for that. So we'll go ahead and name the area. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to assign a script to it. We're not going to go into scripting too much this time around. We'll be covering that in the next couple weeks and months. But really this script, which we've kind of pre-created, does two very basic things for us. The first one is it will actually level up our character. So once we jump into this level, really just to kind of give us a bit of a fighting chance, because we are going to be going to combat with some enemies. And of course, we haven't had the benefit of playing the game up to this point. The next thing that it does is actually related to our quest. So we're going to precede all the enemies with placing them inside of a team 1, and you'll see that when we actually go to deal with placing creatures down. But what the script is doing is it's looking for when all creatures that belong to team 1 are killed, it will update our quest status to say, hey, we've killed all the creatures, and our quest giver will actually recognize that and advance the quest. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to make this the starting area. Now, a module can consist of many different areas, many different levels. We want to make sure that when we load this module, we're going to tell the game that this is the first area that we want to load into. The next thing we'll do is we'll actually create a starting waypoint. Now, the starting waypoint is actually the place where the player will be placed when you actually get to this level. And we'll make sure that we give that a meaningful name as well. So you can see that little blue flag, and it's very, very simple to just move it around and rotate it. And the rotation of the flag is actually the direction that you're facing when you land on this level, when your player character arrives here. And that's basically the basics of area setup. We'll go ahead and save that.